everyone, and welcome back to Crypto Empire, where we dominate the crypto market. I am your host, Connor, and welcome back to another Sunday live stream. We do this every single Sunday right here on the channel to go over the market on what you should be expecting on the upcoming week. And obviously right now in crypto is a very hectic time with the FTX collapse. More exchanges are expected to be insolvent. There's no confirmation yet. Crypto.com was unresponsibly using users' funds in Ethereum, accidentally sent them to Gate.io. Gate.io sent them back, but not the full amount. So just a total hogwash in the crypto market right now, and more pain is expected to come here in the short term with all of this. So this is going to be a jam-packed show today with tons of very relevant information for you. So buckle up, strap in. This is going to be a very valuable show. I do recommend that you stick with me until the end so that you absorb all of this information and content, and then go ahead and apply it to make sure that you are in the best position possible in the upcoming days to weeks as the crypto market does inch closer towards its overall macro bottom of this cycle, which means, of course, generational buying opportunities. So it's very easy to be down and out right now in crypto and say this is all over, this is pointless, I should just leave this market altogether. But when everybody else wants to give up, that's when you need to stay strong. You need that championship mindset, and this is what we instill here right here at Crypto Empire. So let's hop right into the stream. I want to welcome everybody today. Shout out to Sniff, shout out to Alla, shout out to Rigoberto Chavez Jr. saying the craziest week I have ever seen in crypto. I do have to agree with you on that, Rigoberto. Absolutely wild. We have David W. saying, what up, Doe? And Rigoberto saying that the greatest opportunity is indeed coming. Yes, I agree with that. Let's hop into the charts, and first of all, start things off with our crypto market overview and just see where all the prices are at right now, and then we'll get into it. So we have Mike B 1800 with us here today saying that the FTX saga gets better and better. It goes very deep, and a lot of things are coming uncovered right now, and it's very sketchy too, with their ties to a certain political party as well. We don't want to get too tinfoil hat theory today, but it's an objective reality and it's super sketchy. We'll cover it a little bit. Anyway, looking at the prices, Bitcoin is holding up very well despite all of this, currently trading for $16,500. I do expect lower here. I don't think that the bottom is in. Well, I'll show you some things in the charts to show you that. We have Ethereum trading at $1,226. And overall, we can find crypto.com over here. Let's go to today's top gainers and losers. If we look at the top gainers, we have the Serum DEX. That was a Solana decentralized exchange. The problem was that Alameda was, largely responsible for this one. And with Alameda going bankrupt, Serum is crashing to the ground right now, down 35% on the day. And the CRO, crypto.com exchange token Kronos, down 25%, trading for 6 cents right now, as crypto.com is expected to be in very deep water and may possibly, not confirmed, all right, so let's not confuse anything here. It's not confirmed, but it's highly possible that they're insolvent and in some very, very deep water. Now, I've made a few videos on crypto.com since I've started my channel over the past around year and 10 months now. And really, I've always kind of expressed doubt about crypto.com in my videos, right? I've always said they're sketchy. I've always called them, you can go back and look at those videos, I've always called them a data grab. It's just super sketchy, right? Very, very sketchy from the start. In 2020, they screwed all of their users over with the exchange token, right? They created a new token. A lot of users were unhappy, but to regain the trust of the community, what they did was very similar to FTX, where they launched a very shiny, good-looking marketing campaign. They had their, metal Visa cards. They brought in guys like Matt Damon. They bought the rights to the Staples Center, and they just did really flashy marketing. And now we're seeing the result of that, and they're in hot water. So, yeah, we're gonna see what happens with Crypto.com, but obviously you should not have any money on there whatsoever. Get all of your money off of Crypto.com. Put it in cold storage. Definitely go and get yourself a hardware wallet if you don't have a hardware wallet yet. If you don't want to wait, but you want to take your crypto off of exchanges, if you have an old iPhone smartphone, you can download something like Trust Wallet onto there, Atomic Wallet, Exodus if you want, but just get your money off of exchanges ASAP. This is kind of common sense with everything happening, but if you have not taken the steps to do that yet, you should definitely do it. Now, if we look at the top gainers today, we have the Trust Wallet token actually up 58% on the day, so a narrative play carrying out there. And we have DYDX as well. XDeFi, another wallet, another decentralized wallet, is up 44% on the day, and DYDX is up 31%. DYDX is a decentralized exchange you can trade with leverage, and Coin98, another crypto wallet, up 27%, and GMX up 25%, which is another decentralized exchange. So we're seeing the narratives play out here. All the DEX tokens are doing super well today, and all of all these centralized exchange tokens are not doing well at all today. So we're seeing people realize that decentralized exchanges are the future. There's no doubt about that, right? Crypto was not invented to hold your coins in another person's custody. Crypto was invented to give you back the power over your money so you have full control and you're always in the driver's seat. And these centralized exchanges are just not that at all. They have a use case, of course. They're a great onboarding fiat on-ramp into crypto to get money from your bank account into something like Bitcoin, Ethereum, or any other altcoin. But they don't really serve too much of a purpose after that. So now we're discovering that in real time. Let's see what's happening in the chat. We have White Jazz saying, what's up, Connor? Smash that like button, absolutely. What's going on, White Jazz? Mike B saying, Jonathan Carras said these 6 months have been the craziest he's ever seen while he's in crypto. Yeah, and Jonathan is an OG, so we're definitely seeing some crazy times right now. We have Bicho Brazil from Costa Rica tuning in today saying, Pura Vida Empire. Looking forward to this one. Saludos from Costa Rica. What's happening, Bicho? It is great to see you here in the live chat. Sinan saying, how are you doing, brother? Tell us what is coming more. We're going to get into it. Don't you worry about that. Alice saying, time for real decentralized projects to build. And White Jazz saying that Trust Wallet is integrating Thorchain soon. Heard from the devs. Yeah, Thorchain Rune, right? Thorchain, been bringing this one up quite a bit. It's a decentralized exchange. Going to be able to swap everything from their own layer 1 blockchains. Has a very bright future as long as they continue to build out that protocol. So I'm excited to see Trust Wallet go ahead and integrate Thorchain. It's going to help this project really get a ton of adoption, which is what is needed right now in the industry. And CRO8 saying, good morning from the Gold Coast of Queensland, Australia. Good morning, CRO8. Hope you're doing well, my friend. So let's start taking a look at these charts right now. We're going to take a look on the daily. And the main thing right now, if we look at the US dollar broke the parabola. We can go to a weekly chart. And this thing has been going parabolic since the 2020 lows over here when the bull market first started. But just 2 weeks ago, the dollar went ahead and it broke the parabola to the downside here. All right, whenever we have a major base support breach like this, it is very significant. All right, so typically we have an inverse correlation with the dollar and crypto, and when the dollar falls like this, we see crypto go ahead and start to rally. But obviously everything that's happening right now in the industry, big exchanges going down. Sam Bankman-Fried apparently is in debt of $10 billion plus, speculated to be much more than that, possibly up to $50 billion. And him and his team are apparently planning to escape to Dubai, where there's no extradition treaty with the U.S. Absolute madness. So usually we would see crypto rally hard when the dollar's falling like this, but it's not the case right now. And if we look at stocks too, stocks on the weekly chart rallying hard, breaking out of this broadening descending wedge to the upside. So we're seeing the inverse correlation play out in stocks to the dollar, but crypto, if we look at Bitcoin, not playing out at all. All right. So if we look at this, actually I want to keep that on there. If we look at this Bitcoin chart, we were essentially bear flagging. Let's just clean this up a little bit. We were creating a bit of a bear flag over here, and this was when the dollar was falling, stocks were rallying, and many were expecting a breakout here up to at least the September high at 22,700, myself included. But the crypto contagion with FTX nuked the market, and we headed to new lows. The low currently is $15,500 of the bear market. And to me, that is not going to be the bear market low. I do expect lower here for BTC. And being that every single altcoin is a beta asset to Bitcoin, when Bitcoin goes lower than 15,500, altcoins will also be getting destroyed. So prepare for that. Don't get confused by any bear market rallies here. If we start to rally, I could even see us going all the way back up to test this breakdown of the flag at around 20K before the next major nuke down, if it gets to that. Right, I honestly think we'll probably just start to dribble off and nuke down from here. But even if we do get a bear market rally, don't think that the bottom is in. Highly likely you're going to get trapped, a nice little bull trap before the actual nuke down. So be careful of a retest of around the 20K level, highly possible here for Bitcoin. Do not get FOMO because of a bear market rally. Now, if we look at the shorter term time frames here on Bitcoin, if we look at the 1 hour especially, I drew this bear flag yesterday, and it looks like it is starting to play out quite a bit. If we look at this chart, we can see that price went ahead and we were forming a bear flag, right? We had the flagpole in, we had the initial move in, consolidation. We broke down, we went ahead and retested the breakdown. Now we started to sell off. All right, so if this bear flag does actually play out, the measured move price target is going to take the Bitcoin price to $15,250 down here. This would be a new bear market low, but I don't expect this to be the overall macro cycle low here. We have to see what's going to happen with Crypto.com, Qcoin, all these other centralized exchanges. How badly were they affected by the FTX collapse? We still don't know all the information yet. If we had all the information in front of us and we can make an informed decision, then we can accurately say, yes, the bottom's in, no more of these exchanges are going to go down. But we don't know what other entities were affected by FTX. Once we have this information, we're going to be able to more accurately, predict these things. But for now, there is a lot that is underneath the surface. We only can see the tip of the iceberg. And when you can only see the tip of the iceberg, that means that we are in dangerous waters and we need to exercise caution, which is why I think that the bottom is not in. All right, we saw the effects of the Luna collapse. It took a few days to a few weeks for 3 Hours Capital to announce that they're insolvent. It was only like 3 or 4 days ago, that we discovered that FTX was bankrupt. We still have to wait a little bit of time to see the real ripple effect of this collapse. We don't know what other big players got destroyed because of it, and most likely a few of them are broke right now and owe a ton in liabilities, which means they're going to have to file for more bankruptcy, which means that prices will most likely go lower here. That's what I'm thinking right now. If you think differently, I hope it does work out. If this is the bottom, that would be awesome if we can start heading up from here, but this is going to take a while. This is going to take a while to subside. This is going to take minimum 6 months, I would say, to a few years until the next Bitcoin halving in 2024. But with that being said, the actual generational bottom buying opportunity is going to be soon, which is what I want to talk about in this live stream. How to prepare for this generational buying opportunity bottom that is coming up. Because let's take a look at some previous Bitcoin cycles, taking a look at the bottom of them on the weekly time frame. So over here in March 2020, the bottom happened in 1 week, right? We're only at the low. This is for all of the bottom catchers out there that want to time the exact bottom and really aren't okay with buying, 20% higher than the bottom up here. They want to catch the exact bottom, right? It happens quick. It does happen quick, and it happens on the initial capitulation. All right? So I'm expecting this capitulation to happen relatively soon. Now, if we look at the volume from this past week, the volume is definitely up here. All right? And usually volume is how we're able to detect this capitulation. But being that more firms, more exchanges may be insolvent right now, and we could potentially see Crypto.com go down as the next third largest exchange in the world to crash down, that's why I don't quite think that this is actually the main capitulation. I want to show you the Coinbase chart, because the Coinbase chart, if we look, and if I drop a line here of the volume of this past week on Coinbase compared to the previous years in crypto, we had the highest selling volume ever this past week on Coinbase. Even the March 2020 low was not this high. right? Even the 2018 low was not this high, the capitulation then. All right, so it is, you know, it makes sense to speculate that this is the capitulation, this is the final one, this is it. But with everything on the table, my speculation is that this is not the overall max pain sell-off capitulation event for the cryptocurrency markets, and we do still have some more to go. By the way, guys, we have over 60 viewers and only 16 likes on the stream. If you're enjoying it so far, be sure to let me know by smashing that like button right now and share this stream with your friends, with your family that need to know what is happening in the market and how to better prepare for it. Go ahead, smash that like button right now. So getting back to talking about the capitulation, looking at Coinbase, we had the highest selling volume ever. All right, usually this will mark the overall capitulation, but we have a little bit of a different set of circumstances this time, which is why I don't think that this is the actual capitulation bottom. But anyway, back to what I was saying about how quick the bottom is. The pico bottom happened super quick. All right, if we look at 2018, 2020, it spends very minimal time down there. So what should you be looking for? What price level should you be looking for? Let's start off on Bitcoin, and then we'll work to some altcoins and get into some other smaller stuff as well. So personally, for BTC, you already see my zone here drawn on the chart with my line here at 12K. If we go back to 2020, we recall when price was going sideways for a while, from July all the way to August, we were going sideways, consolidating in a tight range, and the high of that range was right here at around $12,000. So that level is marked on the chart. That is really one of the main key support levels below current price. There's also a weekly demand level from $14,000 down to $11,000 that I have drawn here on my chart. Now, personally, I would expect Bitcoin to come into this, and could it go to 10K, below 10K? It depends how bad, how screwed these other exchanges, big institutions, hedge funds are. It depends how many of them are bankrupt. That would determine how low we actually go here. All right, but if it's not actually that bad and it's just one or two exchanges, then I could see Bitcoin going ahead, going to 11K, 10K, and that being the bottom before we start going up. It's going to take a while, right? After we hit the initial bottom, it's going to slowly grind, go sideways for a while, go up, grind sideways, right? Like I said, the 2024 halving is most likely going to spark that next bull market in crypto. It's going to take a long time for everyday people to regain trust, to invest their hard-earned money in this market. Because let's not forget, coins don't just pump out of nowhere. Coins pump because supply and demand. And in order for there to be demand, there needs to be exciting things and people need to be drawn into the space. Right now, with FTX going down, billions of dollars in debt, trust is lost. People lost their trust in the crypto space. I didn't, because I know what this technology is and I know what it means for the future. And I know the main ethos of crypto, of giving yourself back your sovereign individual power to be able to control your money and not having the state control it. Because when the state controls your money, we have things like FTX play out and people lose their shirt. All right, so anyways, back to the bottom for Bitcoin. Yeah, 12K is kind of like the median level I'm looking for. Expect around here. Highly possible. This is what I'm looking for. Most likely going to happen within this next month, I would say, between... It's November 13th right now. Most likely by Christmas, we'll probably have bottomed out. We'll have that pico bottom, major capitulation. We'll revisit. We'll see how this analysis played out. But that's what I'm expecting right now for BTC. Bottom anywhere between 14 to 11. And it depends how really bad it is, how many entities are actually completely bankrupt, on how low it goes. If we get $9,000, $8,000 Bitcoin, at this point I'll be thrilled. I'll be extremely happy if we see sub $10,000 Bitcoin, because this is how you create massive wealth, by buying low and then selling high. We all have the opportunity right now to buy extremely low, wait a little bit of time, a few years, and sell high again. How could you not be thrilled because of that? How can that not put a smile on your face? Yes, a bunch of people lost thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars in FTX in this collapse. That is not cool. All right, I am not saying that is a good thing at all. But the fact that we are now approaching a pico bottom, it puts a big bright smile on my face, because I'm ready for it, right? And I know what it means. I know the opportunity that's on the table here, and I'm ready to jump on it and capitalize. You should be too. And if you're watching the stream right now, you are ready for it, right? Because most people have given up and left altogether, but you're here ready to snipe the bottom. All right, you should be proud of yourself. Pat yourself on the back. It's going to be a fun next couple of years. Regulations are going to be madness, but anyway, the bottom's coming up soon. Now, what does this mean for Ethereum? Let's take a look at ETH. So if we look at ETH over here, it did hold just below $1,100. It held $1,080 quite well. And, you know, it's holding up pretty well compared to a lot of other things in the market. It's still above $1,200 right now on ETH. Now, if we really do get that capitulation that I'm expecting, let's go to a weekly so I can actually show you the levels on the chart. We'll go to a 3-day. So on this 3-day, we have a very obvious, everybody's eyes should be over here on the left side of the screen. On the 3-day, we have a very obvious rally-based rally demand zone. And this takes place from $766 down to around $689. This is the main demand zone that I am basically waiting for on ETH. If we look on, we're on a 3-day chart right now, right? If we look at this chart, there really is not too much support once we lose this line at 1050. All right, we have these low wicks down. This wick is at $880. Okay, so this is definitely a level of support, but there's really nothing here until around $750 or $750 on Ethereum, this demand zone. All right, so on a breakdown, on a capitulation, it's really, you know, it's clear air over here until 750. So 750 is really what I'm looking for on ETH, and anything below that is just a cherry on top, icing on the cake. But this is where I'm looking for ETH's capitulation, $750. I'll be thrilled if we get it. Going to be an opportunity to get some ETH. Now, you know, with everything that's happening, I am extremely bullish on proof of work cryptocurrencies, things like Bitcoin, things like Litecoin, coins like Monero, privacy coins like that, proof of work. I really like those a lot, but Ethereum is not going anywhere. Ethereum's still a contender for that top #1 market cap spot, still #2 in the market, still an amazing pickup if you can get it around $750, right? If you estimate ETH to go to 10,000 to 15K at the top of the next cycle, you have over a 10x here on the #2 asset in the space. So generational buying opportunity here on Ethereum. And I do want to get to a lot of other altcoins, but I also want to cover a lot of other fun material that I have planned out for all of you guys. Before we go ahead and do that, I do want to catch up with the live chat and see what's going on here. Frigoberto is asking, Connor, is this the worst thing you have seen in crypto with regards to FTX, or did the last bear market have this kind of drama? Well, there's always some kind of drama, but yeah, this is by far the worst. Just how deep this corruption was with FTX and how connected they were to, like I said in the beginning of the stream, certain political parties. I'm not going to mention any names, but how deep this corruption ran this time around is very insane. I've never seen anything like it in crypto before. Something random says, hey Connor, is MetaMask still good to store your crypto? Yes, MetaMask is still good. It's even better if you connect your Ledger hardware wallet to your MetaMask account. And in order for you to send any transactions or authorize any transactions, you need to use your Ledger to confirm. That's the safest. If you use MetaMask as a cold wallet without a hardware, it's still relatively safe as long as your computer does not get compromised or you don't click on any sketchy links. But the safest thing would be to get a Ledger hardware wallet and connect it to your MetaMask, and that would be safe. But there is even still some risk to that, so you just have to be safe out there. Grandpa Rock saying he likes this pain. Yeah, I mean, if you weren't too affected by it directly and you know the generational buying opportunity that's coming up, then there is some positivity to this, right? Because we know we're able to set ourselves up and really buy low and then sell high in the future. AR is saying, do you have any thoughts on the security token market? It might be 200 times bigger than the crypto market, especially if XRP loses the lawsuit. Most altcoins could end up transferred there. So the security token market. I'm not familiar with the security token market. I've never really heard that term before, but I assume you're saying all of the tokens that are declared as security by the SEC. If that happens, that's just going to be very good for things like Bitcoin, Monero, Litecoin. Because the proof of work cryptocurrencies, let's look at this real quick. Let's go to categories. And I believe there is a proof of work category over here. If I'm not mistaken, see if we can find it. There's privacy coins. Anyway, if XRP is declared a security, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Monero, Ravencoin, your original proof of works, these are going to be extremely hard to pin as securities. Ethereum, could be, it's declared not a security, but it can be pinned as a security if they want to, especially with what happened in the LBRY library token case, because the language they used in that lawsuit case, the SEC declared that as security just around a week ago, but the language that they used in there could pin basically every single coin on the market except for Bitcoin as a security. So Bitcoin is the king for a reason, and Litecoin in good company, Monero in good company as the original proof of work cryptos. They're all fairly launched. They were not launched as securities, so the SEC cannot pin them as securities like they could with things like XRP and others. But yeah, I like those OG proof of work cryptos a lot, and this is making me like them even more. Dr. Niraj Moore is saying, is Binance a safe platform? I kept my token in staking. What is appropriate step ahead for me? I'm confused a lot, need some guidance. So Binance is the safest centralized exchange in my opinion. I personally can't use it as a US resident, but if you're outside of the US and you have access to Binance, I would feel the most secure on their platform. Now, if you have tokens staked in Binance, you need to unstake them. So you would go to your staking portal and go ahead and click on stake. And then there's probably going to be a waiting limit of days that you have until your coins become liquid again and you can send them. But once your coins become liquid, send them off of the exchange to a cold storage wallet so you don't have to stress about anything happening to them. Only keep money on an exchange. Like right now, I have a few trading accounts. I use Bybit, I use BitGet mainly, right? These are my trading accounts. I have USDT in there that I use to actively trade, but that's it. Everything else is off of exchanges, all in my possession, right? So you need to be careful. You need to plan ahead. And unless you are a trader, you shouldn't have any money on centralized exchanges. End of story. Trucker Steve is here with us today. He's saying, Trucker here, thanks to you as always. From day one, my BS meter was pegged, as was Elon with SPF. Are people idiots buying anything he said? I mean, wow. Yeah. And Steve is saying, I wouldn't trust SBF to watch my dog. Yeah, very good point. So Elon basically said that when he was buying Twitter, he got on the phone with Sam Bankman-Fried because Sam wanted to get in on the Twitter deal and own a little piece of the pie. Probably wasn't Sam. It was his puppet masters that wanted some control of Twitter. But Elon basically said that after 30 minutes of talking to Sam, he realized that, just red flag central. His BS meter was just going red. So yeah, Elon knew not to trust SBF, Sam Bankman-Fried. But yeah, I always had a bad doubt about them too. Never had a good feeling because of them. Bob Franklin saying, the great shakeout before the utility coins explode. Yes, sir. You are correct about that, Bob. The real ones are going to stick around. I've said it a few times. Proof of work, the OGs, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Monero, Ravencoin, love them, right? Really bullish on those. They are not going anywhere. Their networks will always be here. The government can't ban a decentralized proof of work network unless they want to go and hunt down every single node operated around the world. So they're kind of screwed in that respect. So that's exciting stuff. Tintin saying, good day, folks. What's going on, Tintin? Michael saying, Connor, nice to have you back. Hope all is going well with you and you're well prepared, right in the captain seat, ready to take us to the moon. We appreciate you, sir. My pleasure. My pleasure. Tintin saying, Connor, we need a low to microcap project. Excel, please. Time to buy 100x coins. I got a few right now that I have my eyes on, but I have not spoken about them on YouTube, only in my Discord group right now. But yeah, I have my eyes on a few low cap, micro cap coins, and I'm ready to go in heavy when we get this next capitulation. And I'm excited for that. But yeah, I'll be making some videos. Ciro saying, Connor, what's your thoughts on Star Atlas? Dude, that's not on my watch list at all. Star Atlas. This was launched at the peak of the bear market on Solana. Heavily VC funded. Really bad tokenomics, all going to VCs. It's down 99% from its high. And yeah, I would not touch this one personally. In terms of gaming coins, there's a lot better other options out there other than Star Atlas. Right, if we're going to talk like super low caps, one that's decent is Crypto Raiders. Super low, $1 million market cap. Total gamble pick, but if you're looking for some kind of crazy opportunity, I have my eyes on this one as well, Crypto Raiders. I would get this over Star Atlas. I know more about that, but I'll have to talk about this in another video. But anyway, Raider, check it out on your own. Do your own due diligence if you're looking for a low cap gaming coin. Badger saying, does the market have a chance of reaching new all-time highs without the volume and leverage provided by centralized exchanges? Badger, great question. So we have to understand the crypto market is driven by greed and fear. Right now, we are overall driven by fear. There's a ton of fear in the market. Up here, when Ethereum was $4,800, there was greed. A bunch of people were saying ETH is going to go to 10K. As long as human emotions continue to exist, we will have another boom and bust cycle. Right? There will be leverage again in the future. When the next Bitcoin halving comes around, we're going to see all of the same people like Sam Bankman-Fried, Su Zhu, Kyle Davies, the founders of 3 Arrows Capital, all these leech human beings, these scammers, lowlives, they're like cockroaches. They're really hard to kill and get rid of. So they're going to seep out of the cracks again and create new scams, and people, human psychology, are going to fall for it again, and the cycle is going to continue. Right? Greed and fear is what drives this market. Scammers love the crypto space because they can create vaporware products and people will buy into them, and it makes the founders rich. Right? So we really need to do our due diligence in the future. But for now, yes, I do think we'll have another boom cycle in crypto. Greed will come back into the market, but be aware there are a lot of shady actors that use crypto because it's so unregulated. That's going to change now. 2023 is probably going to be the year of regulation in the crypto market. But yes, like I was saying, greed will come back. You're going to get the cockroaches crawl out of the cracks again and make a bunch of BS products to sell to people. Same thing that FTX did, same thing that 3 Arrows Capital did. And, people are going to fall for it, and it's going to be the same thing all over again, most likely. So that's human psychology playing out. History does not repeat, but it often does rhyme. I expect history to rhyme again in the future. All right, guys, let's go ahead. Shout out to Moby Sage, by the way. Big shout out to Moby Sage. A lot happening. Let's go over our Twitter wisdom right now. So let's see. I have a lot of things I want to discuss today. So this guy, Frank Shapiro, saying, just spoke with a liquidity provider and several crypto funds. He said when he asked why they did lazy due diligence on FTX, they responded basically saying he was on the cover of Fortune magazine. He was a big name. All right, so there's going to be a lot of big lawsuits and a lot of funds will shutter. Exactly what I was just saying, right? When Badger asked me that question, will there be another bull market? Right, so yes, there will be another bull market, but understand, these people have been running the same playbook of using publicity. Forbes magazine, Entrepreneur of the Year, 30 under 30. He's a billionaire, but he wants to donate all of his money to charity. He's so good for the world. They run the same marketing scheme with politicians, with anybody who they want to push to the top. And it happened with FTX, and it's very believable. It's very, very good marketing, but we need to learn from this, right? We're all humans. We all make mistakes. But, you had hedge funds, institutions that manage billions of dollars go ahead and provide liquidity to FTX because Sam looked trustworthy, because he was on the cover of Fortune magazine. In hindsight, it was inevitable that we went ahead and believed all this BS. But now we're getting the repercussions right now. All right, so that's just one thing. Going ahead, moving on. A little bit of humor for everybody watching today. This tweet from Torre. This is Caroline. She was the CEO of Alameda and an executive for FTX. He's saying with knees in that condition, it's not hard to see why she got the job. Take a look at those bruised up knees. A little bit of humor for everybody. This is a PG show, but I thought this was very funny. I wanted to share it with you today. Anyways, moving on. So, some more black swans to think about as well, which is why I don't think that the bottom is in yet for crypto. So Trader XO is saying, don't forget that in the beginning of the stream, I showed you the dollar ripping down. I showed you stocks ripping up. Usually in this environment, we would see crypto rip up with stocks as the dollar falls, but that's not happening right now. And XO saying that there's more black swan potential on the horizon, which I do agree with. Bitcoin miners possibly capitulating. Let's not forget, in order to mine Bitcoin, it's a full-scale operation. In order to run a full-scale operation, you need money, you need capital. And the way that these miners actually generate cash flow is selling the Bitcoin that they mine. But what's happened now that the Bitcoin price is crashing? If they sell their Bitcoin, they don't make any profit off of all their operational costs. So we might see a lot of miners actually stop mining right now. And we might see miners capitulate altogether, just sell their Bitcoin and just get out while they still can. That's going to be a black swan. Contagion risk, right? Like I said, we just see the tip of the iceberg right now with FTX and all the people involved with it. We don't know the full spectrum. We don't know how bad it really is. So there's more of a contagion risk here on the table. We also have the regulatory risk. We know that the SEC and other governmental bodies are going to go after crypto now that all of this happened because they want the power, because they plan to launch their central bank digital currencies. And what happens when their central bank digital currencies are launched? They're going to want everybody to use them and not use something like Bitcoin, like Monero, like Litecoin, like Ethereum to transact with. They're going to want everybody on their centralized Fed coin so that they can fully control exactly how you spend your money. All right, so regulation risk certainly on the table here. And also the recession deflation risk. So yeah, Bitcoin mining, selling pressure is cranking up. This isn't over yet. Don't think that the bottom is in. A lot of crazy stuff is still on the horizon here. So just stick around and get comfortable because, yeah, we're going to be in the trenches here for a while. Moving on, taking a look at some more Twitter wisdom. So we have Gainsey. Shout out to Gainsey for his humor on Twitter. He's saying the silver lining on FTX bringing down all of crypto and hindering adoption for another cycle is that once again, everything is proven to be untrustworthy vapor and no one will want to invest in our scams. Right? We're going to get another gigacycle at the end of this wasteland hell, lads. So basically, like I said, people, the bad actors, love crypto because they're able to get away with so much. They're able to launch these projects, launch these exchanges, launch these funds, get a bunch of capital from seemingly, sophisticated, smart investors, and just run away with a bag of money at the end of it. So a lot of trust is certainly lost. By the way, drinking a black cherry 0-calorie seltzer water today for the stream. A lot of people have lost their trust, but greed will come back into the market, and we will get another gigacycle. We will, but it's going to take a while. Now, anyways, title of the stream today is CRO the next one to go down. So Arthur Hayes saying round 2 this morning, saying that his exchange BitMEX has now launched Crypto.com perpetual futures contracts to short. Now, if we look at the Crypto.com chart on the daily today, this thing is crashing to the ground right now, currently at 5.9 cents. If we look at this, pretty obvious level on the chart as well. Down here at around 5.6 to 6 cents on this weekly chart over here. But if Crypto.com is actually insolvent, this support level is going to get destroyed here, and we're going to head lower to the next one. The next main level is going to be right around here at 3.5 cents on Crypto.com. All right, so don't FOMO into any shorts here. If we drop this down to a lower time frame, it's a pretty clean descent down. Your next level after 5.6 cents is going to be 3.5 cents for Crypto.com. we don't know if they're actually insolvent, but they had around 400k Ethereum. They sent that to Gate.io by accident, and then Gate.io only sent them 385k Ethereum back, so they lost 15,000 Ethereum of users' funds. And that's just one thing that was recently discovered about Crypto.com. We don't know. We don't know what they were doing with everybody else's money. So yeah, it's a very large possibility here that they're insolvent underwater. And if they are, if that's the case, this thing is headed to 3.5 cents and then possibly zero. So that is very exciting. All right, another Twitter wisdom. So we got Michael Krieger, somebody to just follow on Twitter. He's a Bitcoiner. He's saying that in response to Sam's tweet, right? We can see this tweet here. Sam, back in March of this year, when the Ukraine proxy war first started up, he's saying he's incredibly excited and humbled to be working with the Ukrainian Minister of Finance, Everstake, and others to support crypto donations. Now, I'm not going to get into the whole, tinfoil hat theory that it's highly likely, but there's no confirmation on anything that, FTX was a big money laundering scheme for somebody or some group of people, right? We're not going to get into that, but it is truly shocking that this passionate public spokesman for every current thing, right, everything in the mainstream media, turned out to be a huge criminal. Right? It's kind of a bit of a coincidence, right? No, not really. It's not a coincidence at all. This guy was sketchy from the start. And yeah, if he gets away with this one, that would be something. That would be something for sure. And just to kind of recap everything that happened with FTX over this past week. So a summary, November 7th, Sam tweets out, FTX is fine. Assets are all good. You don't have to worry about anything. Less than a week later, right? FTX is down $10 billion. Alameda, FTX, Sam, they're all bankrupt. FTX gets hacked. Their wallets get drained. Their servers get wiped. The executives flee to Dubai, and the market is crashing to the ground. Right? All of this happening very quickly. Let's not forget about this FTX hack that happened for $600 million. If I can find this right here. Hundreds of millions of dollars drained from FTX overnight in unauthorized transfers. They just took all the money out, basically. They claimed it was a hack. Crazy that this happened. Really, really crazy. And we still don't know the full implications of it. So, we'll see. Let's see. CR08 saying that Sam appears to be arrested. Hopefully. I hope so. Where did our friend Sam get his startup fees? That's the question to ask, Karen. That is the question to ask. Who knows? Let me catch up with this live chat right now. A lot of people asking a bunch of stuff. Chris saying 1 year of chops, so buckle up. Yeah, I can see that for sure. Dollar dropping for no reason. Keep dropping unless that reverses. We've been talking about alts getting destroyed, but dominance holding, so don't see it. A lot of stuff happening in this live chat right now. Too much to really cover. So I want to start going over all of these altcoins and where I see them possibly bottoming out. Stony Vision saying a lot of tokens that made massive run-ups were released around the last Bitcoin mining reward halving, then had great marketing and manipulation. Yeah, the cycle halving for Bitcoin is a peak event. By the way, guys, we have over 200 viewers in the stream and only 50 likes. Go ahead, smash up that like button right now if you're enjoying the stream so far. We have a lot to go still, but smash up that like button. I greatly appreciate your support. And yeah, the next Bitcoin cycle halving will be in the spring of 2024, and I expect history again to rhyme, and I expect us to get the spark of a new bull market then. And anyway, looking at CRO, we outlined the main levels for you. This gray zone at 6.9 cents. Watch for a little pullback here, right? Don't short here, right? We could just keep dropping, but it's high risk if you short after just straight red bars. You want to go ahead and short a bounce. And your levels to do that are going to be 6.9 to 7 cents. And also this resistance at 7.8 cents right here. And then 9 cents are your shorting levels. But you're playing with fire if you want to touch these coins right now. The best move to really do is just wait for that capitulation and then go heavy then. So FTT, we had this, we're on a 4-hour chart. this was a falling wedge, but I didn't want to touch this, right? The idea of longing this coin is just kind of madness to me. It hasn't broken down from this descending wedge, but it certainly does not look good at all. It looks like it's about to collapse and melt. So if you want to play a breakdown of this line, it's there. It's there. I would play with a very tight stop. I would not risk a lot of money on this at all. But this is crazy high risk. I would put the stop above this 4-hour candle wick. And that's right here at $1.66. But again, super high risk, shorting something after it's already dropped like 90%. And as for a target, 0, right? It doesn't deserve to be any higher than $0. The FTX token. This thing is worthless, completely worthless. It was a scheme from the beginning, and we all know that now, obviously. Let me catch up with this chat a little bit. Let's see, Sinan asking, please give us some good looking layer 2s to consider to hodl. Very good question, Sinan. I'm glad that I found that in the live chat. So obviously there's Matic Network. Matic Network is the #1 layer 2. But the problem is that it's up, it's up like 89x from the last bear market, right? It was at a penny, just below a penny. It's 89 cents right now. Matic is number 10 in the market cap with an $8 billion market cap. This thing most likely is not going to go to an $800 billion market cap to 100x again. So we need to look at other layer 2s to find that potential 100x. Now the main ones are obviously Arbitrum right now is very hot. Arbitrum for good reason. There's protocols like GMX on Arbitrum. GMX is definitely a good buy for the next bull run. Performing very well, obviously, that people can earn good fees in ETH and also trade on it up to 30x leverage with the main coins, right? So the Arbitrum token isn't out yet. I made videos on how to get that Arbitrum airdrop, how to set up your wallet for it. Go to my channel and you got to go down a little bit to find those Arbitrum airdrop videos. Here we go. Arbitrum massive airdrop alert. Watch those if you want to set up your wallet for the Arbitrum airdrop. Very simple. You just got to do a few transactions on the network over time. So that token isn't out yet, but the main layer 2 that I have my eyes set on, that I will be investing heavily into, hopefully sub $14, is Metis DAO. This is a layer 2 for Ethereum. Can go to their website and see some of their stats. This isn't going to be a full fundamental breakdown. But Metis, long story short, very bullish. It's a layer 2 for Ethereum. It has everything that you want. And one thing that definitely sticks out from Metis that the other layer 2s don't have on ETH is the team. Now, if I can find the team over here, we have Natalia A. Who is Natalia A, you ask? Well, it's actually somebody who is very relevant. This is Natalia Ameline. And she actually happens to be the mother of Vitalik Buterin. Vitalik Buterin is the founder of Ethereum. And his mom is on the board for Metis DAO. So in terms of layer 2s, this is what I want to buy. So let's look at the chart, and if we look at this chart, let's go to a 3-day. If we look at this chart, I would expect at least sub 16, but what I really want is to see sub 14. The all-time low of this is $3. That was over a year ago. This chart doesn't show it. But long story short, I would like to see sub 14 on Metis, and that is your generational buying opportunity in my opinion. Buying in this gray box here is the plan for me on Metis DAO. All right? And if we look at this market cap, The market cap of this is $80 million. So in order for this to 100x, it would need to go to $8 billion. $8 billion is the current market cap of Polygon Matic in the middle of the bear market. In a bull market, it's very common to see, the top 100 all with $1 billion plus market cap. So it is very likely that we're going to see multiples on Midas. And if it can reach that $8 billion market cap, it's going to be a 100x play. All right. So we can't buy the top 100 coins. Maybe a few top 100 coins will 100x, but most likely we're going to need to venture down further in the market cap. And Midas is a 100x play that I have myself, that I am definitely looking to buy a lot more of on this next capitulation. Anyway, great question, Sinan Yalcin, for asking me the top layer 2 coins to hodl. That I got to basically talk about that. Butte Andy, take a look at Caspa. Not going to look at Caspa. I don't trust it. Let's see. Tintin saying, Connor, have you checked out Shade Protocol and Secret yet? They talked about a few DeFi products, including stablecoin Silk DEX. Yes, I am aware of Shade Protocol. I did claim my airdrop for Shade on Secret Network. Definitely has potential. We're going to see what happens. The whole entire Cosmos ecosystem has a lot of potential. Speaking of Cosmos, let's look at Atom. Talk about capitulation low buying opportunities for this one. So on Atom, our base support is still $6. All right. We should all be very familiar with this base support level on Atom because I brought it up a few times. But you see this purple line on the chart? This is your base support for Atom. This is where I would expect it to go to on capitulation. $6. If it goes lower, that would certainly surprise me. But Atom is one of the strongest coins on the market. It has one of the brightest futures because it stands for true decentralization. And it's an innovative project that is not a copy and paste like a lot of other things on the market. It is innovative and it's new and it's exciting and it works well. There's a ton of very smart and talented builders building projects in the Cosmos Atom ecosystem. So Atom is a no-brainer for the next bull market, in my opinion. It's an easy multiple, especially if we see it at 6x or at $6. The all-time high of Atom is $44. I think that's going to be well surpassed in the future. I think $100 Atom, 3-digit Atom is highly likely. So if you can catch it around $6, you're looking at around an 18x, give or take, to $100, which is highly likely. So anyway, Atom, my level is $6, $6.13. Below that, we can certainly say $4.80 to $5 is a level. Sub $5, all great buying levels for Cosmos Atom. Really a no-brainer. If we look at, the top 100, the coins on the market, we have DOT at number 11, and then Atom down here at number 23. Atom has a lot of market share to gain and a lot of new capital to go into it. Let's just imagine for a second, instead of FTX taking all these big hedge funds, institutions, capital, and saying that they're going to do great things and they care about philanthropy, imagine this money actually went into real crypto projects that are the actual future. Atom is the future. Atom is going to be here in 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. Atom will be around, right? So imagine that people actually invested their capital into the real projects and not the garbage fiat scam systems like centralized exchanges like FTX. We would be a lot further along. Eventually, the market's going to wisen up, smarten up, which is why I'm saying this right now. Eventually, the market will become wiser and pick the actual good ones. Atom is a good one. All right, $6 on Atom, absolute grand slam. But Tintin, back to your original question. Yes, I'm aware of Shade Protocol. I'm aware of their stablecoin on Silk. I'm aware of all of that. I haven't done total deep dives to really educate myself on exactly how it works. But I am aware that they do exist. I need to basically do some more of my own kind of research and figure out exactly how it works so that I can go ahead and speak about it on camera. Because if I don't really know exactly how something works, I'm not going to talk about it. Rigoberto saying, if you get VRA now and it goes back to all-time high next bull run, it's going to be an easy 10x plus. If we look at VRA, So let's drop this down to a little bit of a lower time frame here for VRA. So get rid of this now. Had a nice little run up from that descending wedge, but now obviously this thing is crashing with the entire market. I'm looking at the daily chart. This thing is bleeding out extremely hard, which is kind of exciting because I think that VRA will stick around. I don't know the full details of where they had their company's money. Hopefully they didn't have it in anything like, FTX or anything related to that. But this thing always bleeds really hard when the market is not good. And then it pumps really hard when the market is bullish, right? It's a high beta asset in the crypto market. And if we look at this chart, where I see this going next is going to be around here at 0.00245 is your next stop on VRA. And then after that, I would look for 0.002 and then 0.0017. So if it goes back to the all-time high at 8.7 cents from here, I mean, a 10x from here is 2.8 cents. I think that could happen easily, but, if we get this sub 20% of 1 penny, that would be a crazy opportunity there on VRA. Definitely a high beta asset, so it carries a ton of risk. But, if you see these prices and you even just want to put a small amount of capital of your overall portfolio into it, could be a huge win. Could be a huge win. Moby Sage saying, Connor, with most people going through the first bear market, the people in 4 years ago would be like, hold my beer, this crazy drama is part of a bear market and we stay in for the big gains. Yes, Moby, correct, but every time it's a little bit different, and this one is certainly amplified. Let's take a look at Matic Network again. If we're talking about buy zones, 30 cents, right? My first Matic Network video that I made on my channel was when the price was in this flag, this bull flag. This is a 3-day chart. So it was here sideways for around a month, and then it went parabolic up to 290, the all-time high. All right, but this is a major demand zone, and this is where Matic will most likely bottom out on the capitulation. It already came down here earlier in the year in June. It came down to 30. I would expect it to revisit this demand level at around 30 cents for a macro Pico bottom on Matic Network. So hopefully that answers your question, McNaz96. AR is saying, do you have any thoughts on Sue, Flare, Starknet, or ZK Sync? It seems like these are the most promising upcoming projects at the moment. So Sue and Flare, no, but Starknet and ZK Sync, yes. I do have thoughts on those. I should be eligible for the ZK Sync airdrop. If you haven't watched my tutorial on how to get the ZK Sync airdrop, you can just look up, by the way, you see my search here on YouTube, Stylebender versus Alex Pereira. How about that fight last night? Really sad to see Izzy not win, but Pereira is a scary human being. Congratulations on him on becoming the new UFC middleweight champion. But anyway, look up Crypto Empire, ZK Sync, and you'll see this video here, 24K views. Back when I used to be in my old studio with my beard as well. This was when was this posted? 11 months ago, December. Yeah, watch this video to get the ZK Sync airdrop. I'm going to, in my video queue is a Starknet airdrop video as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to those new projects. Those are promising layer 2s for Ethereum. But in terms of tokens I'm going to buy, Midas DAO is my top layer 2. Steve K saying, do you have any price target for Solana or just forget about the project? I wouldn't touch Solana. This thing was clearly a VC scam at this point, right? Clearly a not sound project pumped up by flashy marketing, right? Remember how they were going to launch their own smartphone and have a bunch of retail stores? All just data grabs to control people. I don't like Solana. It's looking really bad now. Yeah, we'll see if it comes back. It certainly has a strong community, a bunch of big NFT projects on it. But there's too many other good projects to go after a bad apple like this. There's a lot of really solid projects in crypto, not ones that were pumped by flashy marketing and venture capitalist money. So I would go after the really solid ones and not really look into Sol too much. Rick saying, hi Connor, VRA and Cardano seem to be flying under the radar but fairly steady. What's your views on these in the future? Yeah, I went over VRA already, but Cardano is going to stick around. It's going to continue to exist. If we look at ADA, currently trading for 33 cents. If we want to talk about capitulation levels, certainly around 23, 24 cents is one. And then below that, we can start talking about some lower ones. We have 16 cents. And that's probably gonna mark some kind of bottom at around 16, 17 cents on Cardano. But if it even does go lower, 12 to 10, I think they will stick around. I don't see Cardano going, ceasing to exist altogether. It's getting built really, really slowly. But yeah, this is where I would be looking. 23, 17, and then 12 are your levels on ADA to watch for that max capitulation. Anna Maria, do you think BAN can hit $5 till the end of the year? I wouldn't bet on it, no. Stony Vision, a lot of the tokens that made massive... Oh, I already read that one. Yup. Let me catch up with this. Sierra O'Connor, is it safe to stake GMX? Yeah. Yeah, GMX is good. Muad asking about Chainlink. Yes, I am definitely bullish on Chainlink. Chainlink is a utility coin. All right, it's not a smart contract layer one. It's a simple utility coin that is needed for all of the smart contracts out there to get real world data into their protocols. Now, Link, what I am waiting for here is sub $5 Chainlink. The main support level, we can see it on this weekly chart, is here at $6. All right, $6 has not been broken yet on a close, but look at this weekly candle. It looks like we're going to be closing. We haven't closed this low in the bear market yet, and we're also retesting this line, this descending wedge breakout line, right? We broke out. Now we're retesting. If we hold here, that would really surprise me, and if we start to push up from this wedge, but I think the wedge collapses, and we see some lows on Link, sub $5. I think it's a very safe buy, Chainlink below $5. I think it's with a very high degree of probability, it will go back up to $50 and most likely top out somewhere between $80 to $100 for Chainlink. So if you can buy it for $5, $4.50, even back up to $5, you're looking at a 10x. And if it goes to $100, which I think is very possible as a main utility coin in the market, needed in everything, all smart contracts, I think it's possible it can go to 100 next bull run, which would be a 20x, right? A safe 20x. Not financial advice, nothing is a given, but yes, I am bullish on the future of Chainlink. I think it will be here, and I think it's going to gain, double digits multiplier, 10x plus next bull run from sub $5. Chris saying, if Binance went down, we'd be in trouble. FTX was big, but I think we're just going to chop until this passes. No other exchange has significant volume like Binance. Yeah, I don't think Binance is going down. Chris saying that we are in the generational buying opportunity now. Yes, we certainly are. I mean, let's be real. Bitcoin, 16,500 is the bear market low right now. This is, without a doubt, a great spot to be buying. But for all the bottom snipers out there, everybody wants to catch the exact pico bottom. We probably do go lower, right? But yeah, right now is a great time. And let's not forget, in order to really kill it and make the life-changing money that you want to make in crypto, you only need to catch around 80% of the overall trend, right? You don't need to buy the Pico bottom to multiply your money in this market. Right now, if you're buying now and you can stomach 2 years of waiting, you're probably going to your portfolio is going to multiply from the current prices. So if you can wait 2 years, then yeah, right now is a great time to be buying. But for the bottom snipers out there, I have 150 people watching right now. I guarantee you over half of the bottom snipers that want to time that exact bottom, we probably do go lower here. But Chris is absolutely right. This is a great time to be buying. Let's look at Casper, HBAR, and Quant. So Casper right now at 3 cents. Looking at this 4-hour chart, testing my previous trend lines from prior price action. Got a little bit of bullish divergence here on the chart. RSI making higher highs, or higher lows, I should say, while price is making lower lows. All right, a little bit of bullish divergence here, but I wouldn't be longing. Casper is certainly a good coin to add to your long-term buys. The low of this is 2.5 cents, or actually the real low is 2.2 cents. Right, with the main level being at 2.37 on the 4-hour. All right, so these are my levels on Casper, lower than current price, and then there's a Fibonacci extension at 1.7 that I also have on here. If we get total, hysteria and carnage in the market. Now Quant as well. Quant below 100. It's going to be very juicy. Now, if we look at where Quant is holding support, right at my solid yellow line, right, that's a support resistance flip, key price action area. Quant broke that parabola at $200, now at 108. Certainly a great level to be buying Quant. This thing's limited supply is what makes it so attractive. The supply of this coin is only 14.5 million coins in circulation. There's only 14.5 million Quant out there. How many do you hold? Currently, they're $100. To me, Quant is easily a $1,000 coin in a bull market. In a bear market, obviously not. In a bear market, it's $100. And 96 is my next level, and then 75. Doubt Quant goes anywhere below 75 here. So this is your buying levels on Quant. Again, to me, easy $1,000 coin in a bull market. And then HBAR, still in my zone, right? I outlined this buying zone, this gray zone on HBAR from 5.3 cents down to 4 cents back in May or June earlier this year when Luna went down, right? I was outlining my low buying levels for a bunch of altcoins for the Discord, and HBAR were in one of those levels that I outlined many months ago, between 4 and 3 cents basically, or 4 and 5 cents I should say. We're in that level now. So certainly a good spot to be buying HBAR, and below this is 3 cents is your next level. For the Pico bottom, my prediction 3 cents on HBAR. But right now, definitely it's in a buy zone that I outlined like 6 or 7 months ago. So you know it's a good level, and we're in it now. So certainly enticing. HBAR, good spot to be adding to your bags. Not financial advice, but yeah, it's a good spot to be adding to your bags. Now let's get into the OG proof of works, Litecoin. Litecoin is the silver to Bitcoin's gold, not going anywhere. Sub 50, very strong buy, but let's say we get sub 40. If we look at the COVID crash, the March 2020 crash, we went as low as $23. But really, if we look at where price action really held, it was at $30. Okay, $29.69 over here. So possible that Litecoin comes back into the low 30s. Almost a guaranteed 10x back up to 300 plus. Right, even in this cycle, this previous cycle, we saw Litecoin go to 400. So I think Litecoin sub 40 is a fantastic buy for the future. You don't have to worry about regulations for Litecoin as an OG fairly launched proof of work crypto. Monero, obviously, on my shopping list. Pirate Chain good as well. Pirate Chain is a beta asset to Monero. So if Monero does well, Pirate Chain will do even better. But if we look at Monero, sub 100, fantastic buy on XMR. You cannot go wrong with these OG proof of work cryptos. And then obviously Ravencoin, going to be your other one. If you guys don't know about Ravencoin, it is almost like Bitcoin, but Bitcoin is money transfers. Ravencoin is asset transfers on the blockchain. If we go to ravencoin.org over here, for anybody who's unfamiliar, Ravencoin is a peer-to-peer blockchain handling the efficient creation of and transfer of assets from one party to another. All right, very solid project. And if we look at this chart on the weekly here, we are in some dangerously low levels, but below current price, we can still go lower. And those lower levels are going to be 1.5 cents and then 1.27 cents. Let's put a gray box in here to measure that. RVN, this is your lower capitulation buy level for the future. All-time high of RVN is 28 cents, currently down 92%. So yeah, I like this one. I like proof of work, especially after all this mess happening. By the way, we got a $9.99 super chat from McNaz96. McNaz, thank you for that super chat. I'm just seeing it right now. I greatly appreciate your support. McNaz is saying, Connor, what are your thoughts long-term for ICP, Near, and Secret? Also, thanks for the hard work on a busy day like today. Well, McNaz, my pleasure for doing this stream. Thank you for being here with me and supporting. Now, in terms of ICP, the future of this is it probably will pump hard next bull market. It's down horrendous right now. All right, trading at $4. This thing was hundreds of dollars when it launched. $700 as an all-time high. Right now it's $3. So it's down horrible. I wouldn't be buying any of this. I would trade it, right? I would trade it when it has a big breakout. We look at this chart, see my drawings on it already. Okay, so this trend line is still controlling the price on ICP. Okay, so this trend line has a lot of say on the price action. Let's extend these to the right. So does this have a future? Probably, but I'm not interested in it. Near, certainly more enticing, Near protocol. If we want to talk layer ones, Near is definitely on there in terms of high potential coins. Problem is it's heavily VC backed and invested, and we're going to find out now if the VCs that invested into Near are all bankrupt and they have to sell their Near, which wouldn't be good at all. It would crash the price even further. But Near is good technology. I think it has a bright future if it can survive this bear market. Like I said, a lot of VCs invested into Near. A lot of VCs are now bankrupt because of FTX, because of Luna. So if they're bankrupt and they need to sell their assets, if they're forced to sell their assets, they're probably going to have to sell Near. Don't quote me on this, right? I'm not 100% sure that this is going to happen, but it is possible. Near on the 3-day, over the past 9 days, Near is down 40% and dropping. Your lower support is $1.70 right now. And this is the low of the correction in the summer of 2021. But Near certainly a good one. Then Secret definitely has a bright future ahead. Secret is in the Cosmos ecosystem. It is private smart contracts, and it's very good technology too. So Secret certainly, out of the three you mentioned, ICP, Near, and Secret, Secret Network is my favorite out of them. And it also has the lowest market cap, which means the higher growth potential as well. Stephanie saying it's all going to fall this week and next week. Don't buy now, trade. I agree with you, Stephanie. I'm also expecting lower prices here. RH saying, Crypto Empire, wow, great channel, such valuable information. We'll be coming back for more of this information. RH, I appreciate your support, my friend. I appreciate your support. I've been asking for Holo. Holo, solid. Not too sure in terms of the venture capital is invested into this one, and they're going to have to force sell. Stephanie saying Near is going to die too. That would make sense, right? Because if the VCs who invested into Near need to force sell, they're going to crash that price way down low into the gutter, which would mean that Near is going to get crushed. So be careful with. That's why I said the OG, the fairly launched proof of work cryptos, those are going to be the ones that stand the test of times and survive. Other ones will make it through, but I'm most positive that those OG proof of work cryptos will survive anything. Let's look at HOT, Holo Chain. So we broke down from the bear market range. If we look at this chart, was in this bear market range for 177 days, basically 6 months, and then we broke the low of the range at 0.008 cents. So if we look at Holo Chain HOT on where it could be coming to next, 1/10 of a penny is the next obvious place that this is going to go to me. 1/10 of a penny. I don't know who invested into this one, who pumped it. We can do some quick due diligence. See if they're flaunting their project backers on here. I like Holo Chain. I've never had any qualms on it. I've always thought it had potential. A little bit less widely known than others, but yeah, I think this one has potential to stick around and do well. And I think Holo Chain will survive this bear market. Brendan and Ella's Fun and Venture saying, egotistical is dead run. I bet a lot of people are in the red. Most definitely a lot of people are in the red, right? I mean, Sam Bankman-Fried lost estimated $10 billion to $50 billion of not his money, but users' money, customers' money. So yeah, a lot of people lost a lot of money with that. Rigoberto saying, can Theta reach all-time high next bull run? It's a solid project. Let's look at Theta's all-time high real quick. I think it's like 12, 14, $15. 1572 on Theta. Yes, I think it could. Nice little snap from the wedge back up to 130. Then it's just been a sell-off ever since. We're on a 3-day here. But yeah, Theta, 88 cents. Delicious buying levels approaching here on Theta. And to me, that is going to be, for buying levels on Theta, 65 cents to 55 cents is where I would be looking. But I mean, if you look at the run this thing had from the March of 2020 crash, it literally was trading for less than 10 cents for a while, a few weeks. You could have bought Theta for less than 10 cents. It went up to $15. What a run. Theta was top 10 for a while last bull market. This thing could have more of a correction because it was so overextended. So Theta, your main levels are going to be 65 to 55, 40, and then 22. 25 to 22 on Theta. Can it return to the all-time highs? Speculation purely, but I think it is possible that we do see that. Black Apollo saying, which trading platform are you using? Too scared to use exchanges right now. So I use BitGet and Bybit. I only have stable coins that I trade with on those exchanges. I don't have any other capital on there. That's all in cold storage. All right. So only keep money on centralized exchanges that you actively trade with. and then everything else take off. But I use BitGet and Bybit. If you want to sign up for BitGet, use my link down in the description below. Jazzy saying, what's up, Connor? Good to see you. Is Glimmer still a good long-term hold? Yeah, Glimmer fundamentals haven't changed on Glimmer. We're going to see if they're institutional investors, if Alameda was one of them. But this thing crashing lower, now 35 cents. 35 cents is that original buy zone that I anticipated many months ago, around 30, 35. We're in it now, but I think it could go lower to around 25 cents. Still a good long-term hold, but you just have the opportunity to buy it way lower right now. Cambo Zone, hello sir. What do you think about the market in the next coming week? I think it's going to get ugly here, Cambo Zone. Rewind my stream to the beginning to catch up with my overall market analysis on what I'm expecting. But Bitcoin, I'm expecting overall capitulation and the Pico bottom to happen probably before Christmas time. So the next month, I would expect the Pico bottom to come in. You still holding Pirate Chain? Yes, sir. I'm still holding Pirate Chain. Definitely. And I'm still holding Monero too. Let's see. RNDR. It's getting requested by the audience right now. If we look at Render, we just got a $10 super chat from OCJ Ekwam. Thank you for that $10 super chat. He says, hello, Connor. I don't understand the Fibonacci series and its application. Could you please recommend a suitable course for a novice? Thank you. Well, if you don't understand the Fibonacci, you should definitely, if you haven't watched my channel yet, I've made one video on the Fib that explains basically exactly how to use it. Fibonacci trading strategy. This video here. If you look, I was way younger then. This was over 1 year ago now. But all the information is still relevant. And I also teach the Fib in my trading course too. So those would be the top two places I would go to if I wanted to learn the Fib. Go to my website, cryptoempirecode.io, if you want to learn more. But anyway, start with my video and trading playlist on my channel. That should teach you how to use it. But thank you for that $10 super chat. I really appreciate your support. Now, Render, RNDR. Not sure what's happening. I don't own any Render. Never owned any Render. I want to see the all-time high and the all-time low of this. If it's at the all-time low right now. I know it was launched. Okay, so it's been around for a while. All-time low is going to be around 2 cents. Or 3.6 cents, my mistake. So this thing can go lower. We need to get a chart that has all the data. No. Where is all the data on Render? Bitstamp maybe? Nope. Okay, so Render we can't properly chart because CoinGecko says all-time low is from 2 years ago at 3.6 cents, and we can't get anything from back then. Okay, here we go. Was it launched on Gate? Regardless, lower support is at 33 cents. Below that, I'll pull a Fib extension to find the next levels. And the 0.27 is going to be at 2 cents. So not sure how reliable that is. RNDR below current price 33 cents. Use your main psychological round numbers 20 to 25 and then 10. I don't plan on buying any of this for myself in the bear market, but these are your levels. Dr. Niraj saying, is Filecoin and the Graph a good project? What are your thoughts? I like the Graph more than Filecoin. But yeah, they're decent. The Graph is heavily VC backed, which could blow up in its face right now if you look at GRT. So as you see, these green lines, these are some lower levels that I put on the chart. Currently hitting one at 6 cents. Next one's going to be at 3.8, 3.9 cents for the Graph. Expect it to come down here. And Filecoin, I'm not interested in personally. Make money with Harry saying, thanks Connor. Seems like a solid utility, but think Sol's dump it may dump hard too. Thanks Steph. I'm going to try withdraw and let you know. No problem. No problem, Harry. Happy to help. John saying, what are your opinion on Gala? I saw an article they were going to do films, music included with gaming. Gala is good. They got hacked a little bit, but or there's something happened with their PancakeSwap liquidity pool like last week. But the future of Gala is bright. They have a very competent team building the project. So I like Gala in terms of its fundamentals. Musa saying, hi Connor, what do you think about Kuji? So Kuji originally launched on Terra. Obviously, when Terra went down, they migrated over to Cosmos. And they're building a lot, right? They're very smart people, a very smart, competent team. So I think that Kuji, because they're very competent, are going to have a lot of success in the future. As long as they continue to build, they'll be around and they'll be successful. Monero, I went over Monero already. If we see sub 100 Monero, that's a buy. No questions asked, no hesitation. You know, Monero below $100, very good opportunity to buy that. We'll look at AVAX, and that's max capitulation on XMR too. I expect it to hold up better than a lot of other coins in the market. Now AVAX, I was in crypto when AVAX was here around $3 trading sideways before it went parabolic. So it usually will see these coins go back to kind of their original basing periods. So on AVAX, we have the level over here at $9, $10. Below that, we have $7, and then really below 5 on AVAX. So again, just to reiterate, AVAX, you have 950, you have 7, and then you have below 5 as your key levels for AVAX. I wouldn't really be too surprised to see it come down between $7 and around $4.50, $4. Wouldn't surprise me. Moby saying, what's your optimal amount of coins to grab at the bottom? What's being too diversified? Well, Moby, I think really the best play is to stick with the majors if you're going to really snipe bottoms, right? That's something like Bitcoin or Ethereum. Those are your safest ones. And then you're going to be able to trade those into your altcoins as a bull market starts to form and you're able to trade your Bitcoin and ETH into altcoins. So it really comes down to the amount of capital you have and the amount of coins that you can buy, right? But I wouldn't go over than 10 coins if you're going to be really diversifying yourself into alts at the bottom. What do you think about H-bar? So I went over H-bar already. Just to reiterate if you missed it, the levels to buy H-bar, in my opinion, we're in one now and below 3 cents. But this is this level I've been waiting for. When price was originally crashing back here in the spring, I put this level between 4 and 5 cents on the chart, and we're there now. So we're in a long-term buy zone for H-bar, but we can still go to 3 cents. Think about Jasmy. Not touching Jasmy, Christine. I have no interest in Jasmy personally. Mick saying, could you do a video on the more popular coins / tokens to be careful with due to possible liquidations from the FTX scam? I know you said Near was one of them from the list I had asked about. Yeah, Mick, it's a great video idea. All the possible repercussions. Like I've been saying, we only know the tip of the iceberg with the FTX situation. There's a lot more to be uncovered here, including all of the projects that they invested into in their seed rounds that just launched during the last bull market. Because they're bankrupt, they're going to be forfeited, or they're going to be forced to basically forfeit their assets and then get sold. So a lot of these coins they invested into, they're going to be forced to sell them, and it's going to cause a lot of catastrophe potentially. So be careful about that. And Near is definitely on that list. But McNaz, it's definitely a great idea. Moby saying thanks for your insight. No problem. Glad that you're enjoying it. Any thoughts on DAG? Constellation DAG? I like DAG. I think it's a good layer 1. Partnered up with the U.S. Air Force. And if we look at this, it is falling off of a cliff currently. Breaking down, losing support levels. If we look at where this could be going to, we have a level at 3.8 cents. And then 2.5, 2.6 cents for DAG are your next support levels. Ozzy, do you think KuCoin is safe? I don't know, but I don't have any money on KuCoin anymore. It's all withdrawn, right? I took all my money off of KuCoin, so we'll see. We'll see if they're safe, but I don't know. B-Rad on crypto, a lot of FUD on Kronos. Are they trying to bank run CRO next? I don't think they're really trying to bank run it. I think they're trying to find out if CRO is being responsible with their customers' deposits and not doing silly things with them to lose all that money. Right, that's really the question. Rigoberto says, can Chile still make gains during the World Cup? I mean, this kind of takes that off of the table now. It can still have some pumps, but crazy high risk plays, especially in this market environment. Stephanie says a lot it's going to come out in the next 3 weeks. I agree with you. Still a fan of Juno. What could be its low, Moby? Let's take a look at Juno. So we really can't get the full spectrum here. Let's see. I already have a line at 85 cents, Moby. I assume I put this line at 85 cents for a reason. I don't remember putting it there on my chart, but it's there. Juno's current low is 2 cents, which happened 5 months ago. All right, Juno's a new coin. So right now it's testing its lows in dangerous territory. I would expect this to break, and yeah, respect the line at 85 cents. This could be its low. Let's see if I did that with a fib extension, probably. Yeah, it's a Fibonacci. It's a 0.27 Fibonacci extension. That's why I have 85 cents on the chart. That's your potential low there. Siege saying, Connor, thank you, man. I appreciate your time. No problem. Michael, Connor, how good and how high do you think Kusama and Telor could go in the next bull run? So KSM down bad from its highs, trading at $23. This thing is selling off in a major fashion. Back to its previous bear market levels. KSM all-time low is at 87 cents in 2020. Currently at around $2 or 23 bucks, sorry. So still a lot to go here for KSM. In terms of how high it can go next bull run, depends on the adoption of the network. Polkadot's going to get the real adoption because KSM, let's not forget, is the test network for Polkadot. So the real gains and the real attention is probably going to happen on DOT. But KSM will have a carryover effect. Now, speculation-wise, I'm not sure how high it'll go. I would like to see it even return halfway to its all-time high at around $300. Right, that would be around halfway to the all-time high. That would be very promising for KSM. I would like to see at least that. And Treller, I think you're talking about TRB. I'm not really sure about this one. I know it's an Oracle, so that puts it in company with things like Chainlink and Band Protocol. I would rather just invest in Chainlink or Band. But how high could this thing go? Again, I would like to see at least halfway to the all-time high. That would be at $80. At least halfway to the high is 80 bucks. Wrong thing. Sorry about that. Right here. I would like to see at least 80 on that. Let's take a look at sand. So sandbox low. You think it would at least come down and test the June of 2021 lows from that summertime correction. That would put it around 17 cents. And below that, we have sand, a nice demand level from 11 cents down to 7.5 cents. All right, that's where I would be looking for a low on sand. Be Red on Crypto says, withdrew my Zero coins from Kronos 12 hours ago, no problem. Yeah, we shall see if this fraud from FTX opens a can of worms on other exchanges. The yield has to come from somewhere. You are correct about that, Be Red. If you don't know where the yield is coming from, you are the yield. All right, and they're using you, and they're taking your money and basically siphoning it off to their pockets. So be careful. If you don't know where the yield is coming from, you are the yield. Flashy marketing, we saw it with FTX, we saw it with Crypto.com. Flashy marketing, good press, covering up a scam basically. And CRO is definitely in that category. So we'll see if it goes down. Hope it doesn't. I really don't want to see more people get destroyed financially. But if it needs to go, it needs to go, right? The market is the most realistic thing out there. The market is real. It is objective. And it will wipe you out if you deserve to get wiped out. So respect the market. And if the market doesn't want you, it will get rid of you. Got rid of FTX. We'll see if Crypto.com is next. Anyways, guys, we've been streaming for over 1 hour and a half. I do have to get going on this Sunday afternoon. I hope you all enjoyed the live stream. If you haven't already liked the stream, go ahead and smash that like button right now. Very exciting times right now. We have Black Friday coming up. I know I get a lot of questions. I'm getting a lot of DMs especially about the Black Friday sale for my course in Discord. That will all be announced very soon. Still around 1 week and 6 days, 1 week and 5 days until Black Friday. So that sale will be announced soon. So going to be a great opportunity to get into my premium Discord for a great price, and also check out my trading course. So if you're interested in that, stick around for the official announcement. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed the live stream. We covered a lot of very relevant information, including the overall Pico capitulation bottom for the crypto market during this very, very turbulent time with FTX collapsing. We still only know the tip of the iceberg. We're in deep, dangerous, dark waters right now, and I do expect lower here. I expect Bitcoin to bottom around 12K, give or take. We're going to see what does happen, but expect that bottom to happen within the next month before Christmas time. Anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed the stream. I'll see you all very soon right here at Crypto Empire. This is where we dominate the market. Thank you for joining me today, taking some time out of your Sunday to be here with me. I greatly appreciate your support, and I'll see you all